They're coming. Ready?
The ReUp. You gotta love this one, man. His name is KO and he works with Runtown, a collaboration between Nigeria as well as South Africa's finest. This is Call Me right here on Trans Africa Radio, 872 on your DSTV, 609 on OVHD, TARadio.mobi on your mobile phone. Welcome to it. In case you just joined us, this right here is The ReUp with Nkokozo as well as Sheila Ndikumana. And then, yes, we have the man of the moment. The guy's just doing amazing things, been doing amazing things for more than 10 years in the game. His name is KO, popularly known, if you know him from back when in the day, for a group by the name Tear Gas. But right now, doing all things solo, showing us flames. You can find him on Twitter. It's at Mr. Cashtime. He's in the building. How you doing, sir?
I'm good. Yourself, brother?
Yeah. So how's life been? How's today been actually, Nje? Vandaag?
It's been hectic as usual.
Mm-hmm.
Just running up and down, sorting out certain things that we're doing tomorrow. So yeah, I mean, it's just another day at the office.
Another day at the office. Is life always like that, or does it pick up pace when it comes to you releasing like albums and you know, upping it up a notch as far as music is concerned?
Yesterday I was in bed all day straight.
Oh, okay. Damn, man, we need your life. Yeah.
You understand me?
Yeah.
So it just depends. If like closer to the weekend, yes, it does get busy. You know, sometimes just coming out the weekend, it is busy. But Wednesday is pretty chill. It's just like meetings here and there. But yeah, I mean, when you have something in the market that, you know, is enticing the people, definitely you're gonna start, you know, making some moves around. That is what's happening right now. Obviously, it's spring leading into summer. It's about to get even crazier. So we're shaping up. We ready.
Sounds ready already with the first single that we just played right now, Call Me, with Mr. Runtown himself. I'd like to find out, what was it like? Because Runtown's been doing amazing things with the likes of Anati back in the day when he released the album Ghetto University, and then he came back with Kid Lagos to Kampala, and now he's working with the legendary musician KO. What was it like putting two forces together and creating something that doesn't sound like what you've heard from all the other artists who've worked with Runtown, all the other artists that worked with KO?
Yeah. You know, the interesting part is this. We were not even in the studio together, like physically.
Oh.
Yeah, so we got linked up through a friend, and you know, we started chopping it up, you know, via the phone, and then boom, I sent him the song. A couple weeks later, he sent me his verse, mixed it down, and then, you know, we were ready to go. So I mean, we shooting the video. I mean, we've already shot a part of it last week, but he's touching down this coming week, so we're gonna do a, you know, pick up from there, and the video should be out probably in about 2 weeks as well. So yeah, I mean, it's been a dope you know, collab, just working with him. He's such a cool guy. You know, he, whatever that you need from him, you know, he delivers on time, and it's just great dealing with professional people. You know, sometimes as artists we can like literally be artists, bro. Like, time is a non-factor sometimes, you know.
Sure.
If you do it, you do it. If you don't do it, you don't do it. But here's a guy is very diligent and you know, very punctual in a lot of the things. So I mean, yeah, I mean, salute to the homie. He doesn't actually even need me. He's doing great things out there in the world, you know, but yet he appreciated this opportunity, just like, you know, I mean, as if he was a new artist. So with some dope stuff.
All right, awesome stuff. In case you just joined us, it is KO in the studio. This right here is The ReUp. Send us those questions, comments, the suggestions, the whole shebang. Find us on Twitter. It's at TransAfrica872. On Facebook, TransAfricaRadio.net. Not forgetting, you can also find us via that WhatsApp line, +27 7925 44329.
Do best. Hashtag The ReUp across all social media platforms. Do not forget that you can call in as well. +27 1144 77176. So you said things are happening. What's happening tomorrow?
Oh yeah, tomorrow we are at Taboo. Yeah, it's KO birthday celebration and album release party. the first official party that we're doing. We did some stuff over the past weekend in Durban at 47th. Did something at Capello's in Nelspruit on Friday on the day of the release. But this time around, we are painting the city red, bro.
Okay.
We're going all out. Yeah.
All right. Taboo Johannesburg, right?
Yeah. Tomorrow night, Taboo at Santin. Pull up.
All right, awesome stuff. So let's get into the album itself, right? 12 tracks on it.
Yes, sir.
Not a lot of features, right?
Yeah.
And it seems like the more the industry grows, is the less artists need each other. If you can get me, you know, it's the more people have more faith in them.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of execs would be like, no, Nkokozo is big right now.
Yeah.
You need to work with him.
Yeah.
So you get some traction from his kind of crowd and cross-pollinating as far as markets are concerned.
Yeah.
And since you've studied public relations, so you know you understand the market itself and how to, you know, enter into it.
Yeah.
Do you think that was something that was behind your mind when you made the decision to make the music? Or was it the artist in you saying, I'm just going to do these songs and this is what it is?
I was coming from a place where, I mean, like you were saying, more than 10 years in the industry. I was in a group. I was working with people.
Yeah.
I went and created Cashtime. I was working with people, doing features and everything. But the saddest part, like the lowest point of my career, was when things played out the way that they did at Cashtime, and then I was left literally alone, you know, to sort of kind of salvage not only people's careers but my very own, right? Or not only to salvage Cashtime, but just like KO as a brand on his own. So with that being said, anyone else, you know, under panic mode would have easily reached out to this friend and that friend, bruh, let's do this. I need to go. I need to, you know, get back on, and you know, let me feed off your traction, this, that, and the third. But I felt like I needed to look inside myself and dig deep and actually show my strength as a one-man army, you know, and be self-sufficient and be self-reliant and put out a product that will actually cement the fact that I wasn't here based on the next guy. I'm here because of just my own capacity as an artist and my skill set. So that was the narrative with this album. And if it hadn't connected, if it wasn't going to connect or yield any positives, I still would have been happy, because I would have gone out on a high note, like, yo, I did it my way without relying on anyone else but myself. That was the narrative that I was trying to convey with this one.
So, Skhanda Republic 2, I know, is a continuation of 1, right? And I read that you did this one for people to relate, or people relate to you more on the second one.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to juggle your storyline, right?
Yeah.
When you released the first one, what space were you in emotionally?
I think with the first album, I was more so concerned with proving myself as an MC more than anything. When you go out and listen to that album, all you're hearing is like punchlines and like different multifaceted flows and all kinds of things. You get energy, you get all types of things, right? But on the surface, when you actually go back and dissect the content, it's like, okay, cool, all right, this guy's talking about, all right, we're at the club, or see, we're doing this, we're doing that. Cool. Lesson learned, not really much. But this guy is hella nice.
Yeah.
And who is he, by the way? We don't know him.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So that way, like, moving to the next project, especially after the misconceptions that emanated with, you know, the Cashtime debacle, right?
Yeah.
I felt like there were literally maybe zero people that were in my corner. Like, in terms of like just the industry, or like how things looked from the outside looking in. Everyone was just like, yeah,
Yeah.
that guy is an a-hole. That's why everyone left.
Yeah.
Right? Because there is nothing out there about me, because I'm not someone who has told my personal story. People don't even know where I come from, or like the only thing people knew, they just knew Tiaga, they knew
Yeah.
Bumalanga,
Yeah.
they knew Karakara, they knew Cashtime.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah.
So now I'm like, damn. So on a personal level, people don't even know me to identify with me on a humane level. Like, okay, cool. The reason why this guy is like this or he's misunderstood is because this, that, and the third. He's an introvert. You know, he's a shy person. Boom, boom, boom. All that kind of stuff. So with this album, I was targeting just unpacking all those elements to draw you into my world and to understand me as a person, who I am.
Yeah.
That was the sole purpose.
Okay, so you spoke of people looking out from the in, right? And them thinking, hey, listen, he was an a-hole. That's why people left him. He's all alone. Tell us the story inside. What was really going on inside?
What was going on inside? It wasn't actually... It was nothing hectic. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
It really wasn't anything hectic. We were a family. You know, everyone was doing their own thing. I was doing my due diligence, you know, making sure that this person has a song, that person has a song.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
Yeah.
I actually didn't put out an album since 2014. Bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And in that whole process, my own brand took a knock. Some
Yeah.
people were saying, even loosely saying, that I fell off. You know, and it's like, okay, cool. All right, if that's how you feel, that's how you feel. And while that whole thing is happening, and when people start peeling off the camp, everyone is just saying, wait, and he's the only one with an album out. My E has an album out, but it didn't get the same amount of attention as KO did. Why? Because it's KO's trying to be the dictator out there. He doesn't anyone to be as big as him. Right? So, and then internally, there is no such conversation happening. Everyone is cool, and then it gets to a point where, you know, this person feels like I need to go and explore different avenues for my own career, for my own growth.
Yeah.
So what are we supposed to say? Are we supposed to say you are not going nowhere? You owe us your life? No.
You don't want to be such knight in this
You know what I mean?
know? Yeah.
So like, okay, cool. That's how you feel, bro.
Yeah.
God bless.
Yeah.
Go do what you need to do and grow. You know.
Yeah.
So, but like in that process, while everyone is while each person is leaving, there is no actual story that is being put out. That wait, this person is leaving based on their own.
Yeah.
You know,
agenda, journey.
yes, and in their own journey. It's not because they are not happy here or whatsoever, you know. And so now when someone leaves and the story is not really communicated why that person is leaving, the conclusion or the perception that emanates is, wait, so he's gone and he never put out an album under Cashtime. And he has been putting out much music under Cashtime, and KO has just been continuously putting out music, and he has an album, and he does the most shows. Okay, so I figure he's probably sick of the self-centered guy, so he needs to go. Now we're about to see him blowing up. Actually, the fact that he's not in this guy's shadow anymore.
Sure.
Cool. The next guy goes again. Oh yes, this is actually happening. These people are sick of this guy. So you fast forward. So I'm stuck now with that perception that people left because of KO.
Yeah.
Alright, cool. Boom. And then these people, the folks as well as they were leaving, did not feel the need to say, hey, listen, stop pointing your fingers at this guy. I'm leaving purely because I need to go and take care of my own business.
Sure.
I haven't put out music because I am still working on my project. Because that was literally what was happening.
Yeah.
Right? So people are gone now. A year later, this happened early last year. Now we are over a year later and we are in October. And you now look back. Like, people left. Where are the albums? Because there was no KO now.
True.
Where's the music? there was no KO.
If KO was stopping
you know what I mean?
then obviously they should have all these projects and all these things out by now.
Yeah. So, unfortunately, that unscrupulous narrative ended up sticking purely because of me not having the asshole attitude that is cold-hearted enough to say, wait, these people are leaving and they don't have music as yet purely because they were not working enough. I could have easily come out and say that, but I didn't want to do that because as a leader, you need to lead from the front. When the heat comes, you need to absorb it, you know, and it's your brand. You know, these are your people. These people are my brothers and, you know, my sister. Yeah. So I needed to play for the team in that way. Unfortunately, I ended up sinking with the ship. Yeah.
Well, you're still sailing right now.
We back up.
Yeah, I wanted to find out, do you think that sometimes, as much as the people looking outside, do you think institutions just like ours, you know, media companies, bloggers, websites, sometimes like those kind of stories and continue to spew out that kind of trash and stories that they don't know about themselves, they don't know, they were never there when you made those deals with these individuals? Do you feel like sometimes it's because of these bloggers and websites and all these media outlets?
It goes back to the issue of PR. And this is very contradictory to the fact that I actually am someone who studied that.
Yeah.
Yet I didn't do what I needed to do to manage my own image and my own brand.
Sure.
Because, like they say, good publicity, any form of publicity is good publicity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I didn't approach things from that perspective.
Sure.
Right? Instead, bad publicity out there spreading like wildfire.
Sure.
I didn't stick my head up and come out and manage it or leverage off it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So unfortunately, I ended up catching the biggest L. That's just what it is, and just me, without trying to sugarcoat it in any way, shape, or form. That isn't literally what happened.
Wow. All right, Mr. Cashtime himself is in the building. KO, in case you didn't know, here to talk about Skhanda Republic, as well as things in the music industry, just to inform the youngins about things to watch out for as far as careers are concerned. I want to get into the first track, because I know a lot of people, they talk about it, they post pictures saying they got the copy and all of that, and not really do have a copy. And the first song on it, especially, because the young lady's doing amazing things herself in her own right, right?
Yeah.
Shekinah. What was it like? Why her? Like, I got so many questions.
There's a couple people that I wanted to work with, and then some people just felt like maybe they didn't need me. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
And she's the only person that just like came up, yo, let me do something with you. I like, cool, let's go. I've got this. And then she wasted no time and she just went right in, and we came out with that jam, which is absolutely beautiful, because I don't know how the song would have came out, because I wanted to go at it alone, given the fact that it's talking to my family.
Yes.
I felt like I could have been the only one who could tell that story and do everything that I needed to do. Plus I was in that whole thing of trying to do things entirely on my own.
Okay.
You know, but the guys, you know, threw the idea at me. Okay, cool, this actually will probably work out better. Let me reach out to her. And then she was, you know, nice enough to jump on. And man, shout outs to her, and shout outs to my homeboy Scales, all the way from Middleburg, who is working with her and me. Scales was actually largely involved in the production of this album. This is why it's sounding the way that it did, the way that it does. Also, my homeboy Chloe from Playground Productions, they did an amazing job.
All right, awesome stuff. Let's get into this one. Taking off Skhanda Republic 2, otherwise known as SR2. This is the first song off of it. This is KO and Shekinah with Above the Water.
This is Trans Africa Radio.
Water, taking off Skhanda Republic 2. That is the first song you hear when you tune into that album, man. Amazing. It blew me away, and I just had to share it with the rest of Africa. Huge shout outs to Real Liza, listening in all the way from Ghana, sending us a message saying hashtag the ReUp. We are tuned in. Besides that, this right here, yes, Nkokozo Buchi and Sheila Ndikumana between 5 and 8 p.m. Monday to Friday. CAT, that is. We have KO in the building. Yes, sir. Share with us more, my man. Like, the album sounds like you said it was going to be a lot of personal things that you were going to highlight as far as letting people in as far as who is KO. Because yeah, actually when you mentioned it, you know, it only then does it hit me that, you know, there's a lot of conceptual music that you worked on as far as Tear Gas, as far as the first kind of Republic, and which was dope, like the bars, you know.
Of course.
Yeah, you know. So would you go back and give us something like this again?
Yeah, I mean, I've already opened the first page, you know, and I know people want to know more. I mean, we are talking about the whole Cashtime thing and whatnot, and what I went through. I'm sure some people would want to hear that over a song.
Yeah.
And I didn't do that on this album, you know. I just like grazed over it a little bit, you know, but I didn't really delve in and like dissect it, you know, top to bottom. So probably on the next one I might do that, you know, but I'm seeing the benefits of this new outlook in terms of putting out personal stories, because that way it just makes you real.
Yeah.
Like for a fan that it's just like sitting there, who somehow some people just like, I think they ended up like just looking at me like a robot, you know, because someone will say something funky about me and I will not flinch. I will not get on social media and go on like a tangent and say all types of funny things in like trying to rebuttal or whatever, you know, or even go on a song and say anything back. So this time around, I'm like, yo, this is actually who I am. And people for the first time, they're like, wow, so he's actually a human being. So that is a bonus for me. And the fact that this is technically my 7th album, bro.
Yeah, that you worked on as an artist, right?
4 Tear Gas albums.
4 Tear Gas, yeah.
Cashtime album, Cashtime Life album, Skhanda Republic,
And Skhanda Republic 2.
Skhanda Republic 2. And the fact that only at album number 7, I'm opening up. Some people say this actually sounds like a debut album. You know, because this is what you normally get like when you go to some of these guys, like some of the guys, when you listen to the first album, it completely unpacks everything that the guy stands for and who he is and his whole life, and his whole background. And then boom, first album. And then this is why now they struggle moving onward. Like the sophomore curse, this is where it gets you. Now like, okay, alright, so what are you gonna do this time, or what are you gonna tell us? So strategically, me holding off for this long, and then now when I come out with the second solo album, people are like, wait, is this album better than the first one?
Tricky.
That is the conversation right now.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it plays out.
Awesome stuff. I want to find out, do you feel like all this drama and all this mishaps, ups and downs have breathed new life into you as far as the music is concerned? Have they assisted you in taking turning a new leaf and be like, you know what, Vele, I'll just do this thing that I've been holding back on as far as writing about me and all of that?
You know, I'm one person who is a firm believer in faith and in the fact that whatever happens in your life, it's God's narrative about your life. When you go through something negative, there is a purpose for that, you know. I remember back in the day, 2014, boom, story goes out, or a rumor starts, you know, making the rounds that KO has AIDS.
Yeah.
Why? Because KO decided to lose some weight, right? And while I was doing the rounds, people were asking me about that whole thing. That's how Karakara showed up. understand me?
That's true. Yeah, I remember those days. Yeah.
So that benefited me in a very great, in a super major way.
Yeah.
So I, as much as it was hurtful for me and towards me and my family, but there was a bigger gain from that. And then now, boom, we are dealing with this. And guess what? It gave birth to this beautiful album called SR2.
Yeah.
So I can't sit there. Sometimes, yes, when you're going through a tough time, you sit there and you ask God, like, but God, what have I done? I think I've been good to you. I've been good to other people. I've been giving. I'm expecting nothing but blessings right now. But the actual low point that you might be going through at the time is a blessing in itself, bro. So right now I'm in a different position. I'm sitting there. I'm like, okay, cool. In actual fact, I probably wouldn't have made this album if I hadn't gone through all those things.
Yeah. Oh.
So yeah, everything. I'm great, man. I'm happy, and I know there's a whole bunch of other things that God has lined up for me, especially from this album. This is the beginning of KO, who is larger than life. I'm no longer just like a rapper. I'm not competing with none of these other guys.
Yeah.
They're doing amazing things, but I am ahead of the race by age, by resume.
Most deaf.
You understand me? So now it's time for me to move on to the next chapter, which is achieving bigger things than just like a multiple trips between Bloemfontein and Cape Town and doing shows every weekend in the same city. I need to now start breaking out and breaking the ceiling and doing greater things outside, because one guy for me that I think I'm competing with, and he's kicking my ass heavy, big time right now, but I'm catching up. I'll catch up really soon. It's Black Coffee.
Oh, whew. Yeah. There's some levels to the Black Coffee game. Okay, I see you. All right. Yeah, awesome stuff.
Wow, you said a mouthful there. I just want to shy away from the drama that has happened, because I feel like you're beyond it right now. Yeah, we're in a better space. I want to talk about your sound.
Yeah.
Right. What's it called? Skhanda. What is? Yeah. And I was reading up in it. You spoke of how you don't feel the need to switch up to suit the trends, because right now dancehall is the biggest thing since sliced bread. How long do you think your sound can push you as a brand?
To be honest, it wasn't really a conscious decision to say, wait, I'm not gonna do that because boom, 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 boom. I'm someone who is not ashamed for people anywhere in the world to say, wait, this sounds South African. That's all that I need, bro.
Sure.
That is the only thing that I need. Look at my album cover.
Yeah.
My album cover has it's the globe, but you're seeing three cities that prevail over it: Johannesburg, Durban, and Cape Town.
Sure. Yeah.
Which it's figuratively saying that put me anywhere in the world, bro, you will know where I come from.
Sure.
My mind state, or my state of mind will always be South African, because that is the flag that I am committed to, and that I'm loyal to. So that sound itself, I need for it to continue. It has to be it needs to be in the DNA. It needs to permeate throughout everything that I do, not because of me being resistant towards any current. I mean, listen to Legacy on the album, listen to The Warning. Those are not like typical Skhanda beats. They have like the trap, that trap BPM, and I'm doing what the youngins are doing, but in my own way.
Sure.
Right. So, but the Skhanda element needs to be there just for identity. That is the GP, that is the MP to the license plate KO. That's all it is.
Right.
So I just want to find out, how was it learning Kiswahili?
Hey, that was interesting.
Hey, I'm struggling, my man. I got a whole dictionary next door. I'm struggling, my man.
So here's the sad part.
Yeah.
I needed to learn those words just so I can kick the ish out of that verse, right? And then when I went out there, when I was in Kenya and Tanzania, I also picked up a couple other things, So for some reason people actually thought that, because the way that I killed it on the verse. When I went out there, people were like approaching me in Swahili. I'm
Told you.
like, bro,
It's like
it's not even that deep, bro.
Wow.
I just had to do what I had to do, you know, as an artist. Because if you're an artist, you're gonna do anything, it needs to be believable. And you know, God gave me the capacity and the skill set to make things like that happen. So that's how I ended up, you know, learning a bit of that.
Yeah. Okay.
awesome
All
stuff.
right.
I want to go into, you know, the Twitter streets. You know, I see you a couple of times because I follow and I see, and you know, like, I want to find out, like, it seems like, I'm not sure, and because I'm not like tracking 100%, but I want to find out, like, the feedback that you received for Call Me itself. It took more time than the usual songs that you had, like, back when. And what do you think about that?
That's what happens when you delve into a whole new lane
Sure.
that is less traveled.
Yeah.
When you make a daring move, some people are like, whoa, wait, this guy is talking about he's working on a new album. Is he now a singer? Is this what we can look forward to in the album? Because if that's the case, this is not my cup of tea.
Sure.
So there was a bit of that. And then now they went to the album, and for some reason, since Friday,
Yeah.
Call Me has been shooting up the charts. It's just like coming up really crazy. Like if you look at iTunes, it's just like on the up and up.
Yeah.
You know, because now they're like, okay, now we get it.
Sure.
He did that, and it's the only song that's like that on the album. Because when you go out there, you just get what you know, and even more. So that's a single, and it definitely speaks to the summer season and everything. So now we can ride with that.
Sure.
And then I'm sure by the time the video comes out, boy, it's just gonna be fireworks.
Yeah, because truly speaking, as I said, that's what I saw from a distance. I didn't even know, but you know, and I'm like, and the people didn't take it in like normal KO songs, you know. And then after a couple of weeks, I'm on Twitter and I'm like, hey man, I'm seeing more people posting with, nah man, this song is it. I'm like, okay, this one is a bit late as far as a normal thing,
It's
but
a slow burner, bro.
yeah, it's a slow burner. Most def, it's a slow burner. Damn, we're running out of time, and I have so much to get into as far as what should people look out for as far as KO is concerned. We know tomorrow, Johannesburg Taboo. If you're around Santon, get yourself there. The birthday celebration as well as the album launch party, right?
Absolutely.
And what else?
Man, just follow me on my social media. Mr. Cashtime on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. There's so many great things, man. I have another song right now that is bubbling under from the album. Swagger No.
Swagger Nova. Actually, that's what I put up on radio. I'm like, this is what's going to be happening. Yeah.
And I might be shooting a video to that like really soon. I think that's, see, when, because I went through a couple things, man, working on this album. I had people saying, yeah, this kind of sound worked in 2014. But like, I don't know, in 2017, bro.
Yeah.
Sure.
So I'm like, damn. So we did everything that we did. Swagger Nova is literally the last song that we made on the album.
Wow.
And it just so happened to have the same cadence as like a Kara Kara. And then the album comes out, people are like, we love everything else, but the Swagger Nova song, it gives us that Kara Kara vibe, and that's how we became fond of the brand KO. So I'm sitting there, I'm like, okay, cool. So Questa just released Spirit.
Yeah.
It sounds a lot like Ngudu. And guess what? Spirit is out of here. It's a rocket.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, well, if I had put out a song that follows the same DNA as Kara Kara, say in 2015, 2017, we probably would have been talking another monster, bro. So, which now brings us to Swagger Nova.
Which
the
could
fact
be.
that people said I should walk away from that, and then it's the same thing that they went to. So we about to go to the moon again. We about to go platinum with that, and Call Me, and MS2, and SA Rising, because we're gonna make a movie out of that. We're gonna be talking to the world with SA Rising. We're gonna be shaking things up, not only here but in the UN, bro. You feel me?
Yeah.
We're gonna be out there talking to UNICEF and doing all these incredible things. I'm now more than just a rapper. I'm a humanitarian, bro.
Okay, it's awesome stuff. I want to quickly get into this. Like, I listened to the album, right? Track 1, 2, 3, 4, and I think it's 5, which is a skit, but it sounds amazing, Maji. Like, it's so smooth. What was that like the whole plan? Because you said Swag and Over was the last song, but it finds itself at number 4 on the album. Because when I was listening,
but it was hot.
I wasn't checking like what track was playing, right?
Yeah.
And I like that fact that you could listen from track 1, and you're not checking your phone every 10 minutes, like I skip and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You literally listen throughout the whole thing, and you're like, wow, okay, KO's really still got it, you know, because as you said, like, you know, where it was out there, which KO, no man, you know, we're gonna move with the new kids of the block. But I'm really chuffed that you came out and showed people, and especially young cats out there who are trying to be just like KO, that actually this thing is not just a sophomore album and then you out. You know, you can do 7 albums. You can do more than 10 years in the game, and you are testament to that right now.
Yes, sir. I'm looking at people like Jay-Z. You know, those are the people that inspire me in what I do. And the man just dropped an album, and he's like what, 47 now or whatever, you know, and he dropped a solid body of work. So he's just pushed the benchmark even higher, you know. So we need to do what we need to do this side, you know, in our own way, not trying to be him or try to be the next guy, but being ourselves. And that is all that I am trying to do. And I hope the youngins are watching, because above everything, what people are appreciating about this album is the fact that it's not just the same old flexing. Oh no, I got this, I got that, I got it in the club, boom boom boom, popping bottles, yellow bones. It's not just about that. It's about actual substance. When you listen to SA Rising, you're like, whoa, wait, this guy's actually talking to the president. Whoa, oh my god, like, did he really go there?
SA Rising with black coffee. Like, that was also a bit offish for me. It's like,
it's unexpected, you know. So, and then I'm addressing black people as a whole. Like, yo, why are we so quick to celebrate someone else's demise, but we don't celebrate their rise? You know, like little things like this is the message that I'm trying to convey out there to my people, not just for me to do my contribute in a way that uplifts my community above everything, more than just telling them how expensive the house I live in is and how many girls I have, whatever. People don't care about that. They want more substance, and then that is what I'm trying to do with this album.
Give us more substance, man. Get yourself the copy. It's available on iTunes, available on Apple Music, Spotify. The list is endless on all digital platforms, to be exact. Shay?
I just want to find out, when will hard copies be available? You know, because not everybody is out here on them Apple streets. I'm just saying. Okay.
Yeah. By the way, speaking of Apple and everything, it was exclusively available to Apple for a week. Tomorrow, actually at midnight tonight, it's going to be available on all the other platforms. Deezer, Google Play. You know, so you can get it out there for all my non-iPhone people. You feel me? And then the physical copy is available. It was available at Musica on Friday last week, the day that album came out. So you can get it out there. I'm pulling up at Musica near you to do in-store promos and, like, you know, some signings and stuff like that. So be on the lookout.
Follow at Mr. Cashtime on Twitter, at Mr. Cashtime on Instagram. You can find KO on Facebook. Do the right thing. Get yourself a copy and make sure you pitch up when he signs those copies. Thank you very much for giving us some time, sir.
Thank you, man. SR2 classic. Go out there and get it. Let's go platinum. Let's go quadruple platinum. Let's make millions.
This is Trans Africa Radio.